Sean, your order's ready at the pickup window.
Carla, would you like to start?
Thank you for coming. I'm new to Tomball, so I don't know a lot of you, but I'm not new to Republican activism or working at the TFRW clubs. So I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I've been in Texas since 1985 and raised my family here. And I was in the Dallas area first, and then I was in the Austin area for about 30 years, and moved to Tomball about a year ago. I followed my daughter down here, so I've got a cute little grandson who's almost 3 years old, and I was driving back and forth. She was in Cyprus during COVID all the time to help her out with the baby. And since my husband was working from home and Austin's home prices went nuts, we said, you want to pay me what for my house? Okay, we'll just go down there. I chose Tomball because it has a reputation. It has a good reputation of being conservative Texas values, and it has excellent schools. So that was one of the big reasons we chose Tomball. So a year ago, I wouldn't have imagined I'm standing here right now, but some ladies approached me and were interested in would I step up and run for president. So I considered it, and I really enjoyed all the ladies I've met that are here, and they're passionate about keeping their club going, and felt like I was someone who could help with that. So I want to say kind of my 5 talking points are: I'm an experienced leader. I've been a leader in business. I've been a leader in volunteer work when my kids were in Booster and PTA and swim teams. So I've done a lot of work on those boards, and then I, of course, got into politics. And I've done a lot both with the county party and with the TFRW organization. I'm a true grassroots person. As you may have seen, I made 16,000 phone calls in the first half of this year. In 2020 in Travis County, I was the Volunteer of the Year, and I was also my club's Tribute to Women honoree. I've been the Travis County Secretary for several years. I was involved in the SD conventions and caucuses as Secretary, and the Credentials Committee. I was also for the TFRW. We went to the convention up at Kalahari. I chaired the check-in committee, so hopefully we got it good. That was a great time. So that's my experience. I'm also, what I promise is to bring to you transparency of what the board is doing. So, no little backroom things and just slide them through. So I'm going to respect the bylaws because the rules of order, because we're going to get things done. We're going to make sure we are going to the full membership when it's required. We're going to get board approval, and we're making sure we're communicating to everyone. And of course, we want fair treatment and just respectful atmosphere. So that's my second thing. My third is I want to be welcoming and integrating of new members. We Republican ladies, we need to bring other women, like-minded, in and start working towards the same goals, because we don't want to just be a small club and tighten it. We want to be welcoming. And I've got some ideas of that.
Order for Andy. Your order's ready at the pickup window.
Our new ladies into the club. Finally, but I do want to unite our club. I don't know if you know this, we've got a lot of division, obviously, and we just really need to be focused. This is no time for us to be, shooting at a circular firing squad, right? We have got to be the Democrats, right? They are right here already in Harris County. We've got to take that back. We've got to get in at every level and just get our people elected. And I know it's tough in a primary. Sometimes my person didn't make it either, and it can be really tough. But when it comes to the general, we have to pull for all of our people, and we have to be behind the legislative priorities of the party and promoting the platform and principles, and just really getting out in the community and trying to bring more people in, because we have to prevail, right? All right, well that's all, and I think we're going to have some Q&A in a little bit, so feel free to ask me any other questions. Okay, Wendy, you're up.
First of all, thank you all for coming out tonight. And you're so blessed with this incredible venue and this weather. It's amazing. That's a sign. Even though,
Get closer to the mic.
oh, sorry. Is that better?
A little bit, yeah.
Thank you. Even though I am from California, please don't hold it against me. I am a lifelong Republican. That's why I'm in Texas and no longer in California. Southern California. That's true. I came from Southern California. And 8 years ago, I made the most wonderful decision. That's my husband.
Hey, Wendy, we can't hear you. Get close to the mic.
I'm always considered to be too loud, so I'm always worried about that. As most of you know. So I came here about 8 years ago with my husband at the time, and my husband became very, very ill, and he became my top priority, and I was focused on his well-being, and he did pass 4 years ago. At which time I decided that my destiny was to become much more politically active, which is something that I wanted to do most of my life but didn't have the time or opportunity. And coming here and starting to work on the Trump campaign, I met a fabulous woman, Grace. We can all hold her responsible for it. And a lot of clubs wanted me to join, which was very flattering. So I did go and I did look at a lot of clubs around the area, especially in the Woodlands and Spring and so forth. But this club really struck me because these are doers. These are ladies that get things done. We don't like to just have lunches and dinners, even though they're fun. We actually like to get things done. So that's the reason why I joined this particular club and organization. And one of the things that I noticed most of all in the beginning, these ladies were not just great workers, they had a great standard of morality and great leadership skills. I felt very welcome. I felt that it was inclusive, and I felt that it was very transparent, and I was very excited to be a member. What I wish to do is to renew that with this club. I can talk about my political activities. I work on the Trump campaign. I'm an election judge. I'm an election poll worker. I'm on the ballot security committee meetings down in Harris County. I've done a lot in the last 4 years in terms of being politically active. But what I think is more important is what my view is for the future of the club. And as Carla said so brilliantly, what I want to see is transparency. What I want to see is how much fun it was to look forward to an event, a board meeting, a general membership meeting. When I first started, I looked forward to joining and being part of it and learning and being exposed to the number one goal of the club. And I think we've forgotten what the number one goal of the club is. And that is what? To support Republican candidates, get them nominated, and get them to win, right? That's the number one goal. So I think we have to get back to that. That is the number one goal of the club. So I want people to come here open, open, inclusive, fun. The other thing that really concerns me, that really, really touches my heart, I don't believe in personalities dividing us. I believe that we should all be looking at what are our concerns as a club, what is our goal as a club. That's what's important to me. Working things out, listening to every point of view, being inclusive to every point of view, but having a higher standard of ethics. What really put me in a position to accept this nomination, because I really didn't think I had the time to do, but now I know it's one of my top priorities, is that I'm a very ethical person. I have a standard. I have a standard code that I live by. And when I feel that that code has been violated, it's very difficult for me to sit quite quietly. I can't be one of those persons that goes along with the flow. I have to say, no, this isn't right. There's a better way to do it. Let's find a better way. Let's go back to what we started. Let's become that club again. So that's why I'm running for Ways and Means. I do have a fundraising background. I was actually part of an organization called the Eris Center back in Los Angeles, which was an organization for children with learning disabilities. I was part of the groundbreaking for the foundation of the school. I raised millions of dollars. So fundraising is not something that's alien to me. I've also thrown a lot of events for that organization and for my own company. At one point I had a national company and we had events across the country. So organization skills, I think I'm pretty good at. I think I'm pretty good at bringing people together. I have a sense of humor about it. I want everybody to feel like they're coming for a fun time, but we all have a common goal. So I hope you will consider me for the position. I'm very honored and flattered to be considered, and I take it as a great honor that you would even think about me for this position. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you both so much. Those are both lovely speeches. So now I'd like to open it up for a little Q&A. Does anybody have any questions they would like to ask of either one of our nominees? Questions, anybody? Oh, I get it. You're too busy eating. Yes.
So how did all of these beautiful women get involved with the other It's a trick
Getting involved in committees. So there's quite a few committees, and those are ways you can look at what your interests are. And so Marianne has been passing out a list of committees, so take a look at that. If you're interested, write your name on a piece of paper, check it off, and leave it with us. And there's also clipboards over here that I think describe some committee activities. So under each committee, it describes what that committee does. So, if you want to get active in something, we want you to be part of the club, and we encourage you to be active. If you want to come in and just enjoy everybody and want to hear what's going on, that's fine too. But definitely, we have a lot of work, and everybody has a place as far as what your personal interests and talents provide. Plans to pull the group together. There's some healing stuff, so I'm not going to say there's not some really tough hurt that's come about, but I don't want to get too far down into that. But what I promise to focus on is just running things well, and so we'll do board meetings, we'll do general meetings, we'll plan well, we will use our mission as a guide. I like to, in my past group, we did a January workshop with the leaders, and so we got together and we said, for each committee, what are our goals for this week, this year, and lay those out. And just keep working towards those goals. We're going to have also things will come up, so I can be adaptable to those things. And just communicating is what I've seen. It's not about the board. It's about the board doing the work, but then bringing it forward to the membership and letting them give their input, and we vote on it, and what passes, and then move on and work on those things. But I've seen clubs work well, and I've heard that this club worked very well for a lot of years, and we're just going to get back to that and make it fun, and hopefully not get bogged down in too much drama. But I like to just stick with staying on task.
Thank you.
I feel that Carla and I will work so well together because she embodies everything that I believe in a strong man. What I feel about the club is that when I first started in the club, there was a sense that it wasn't a personality-driven club. It was an issue-driven club. And that's what I want to get back to. I want to get back to what are our issues as a club. And also, everybody's going to have disagreements, but it's how we handle the disagreements. The mutual respect for everybody who has an opinion. Everybody needs to be heard, but everybody needs to handle themselves in a civil manner and conduct business of the club in an appropriate manner. That's what I'm about. I believe that everybody deals, or should deal, with respect to each other. And I have a lot of admiration for the women here. I have a lot of admiration for the women in the club who live by our bylaws, respect each other's opinions, understand we're not going to agree on every single subject, but it's how we handle those disagreements that define us. If who handle them with respect and inclusion and honesty and transparency will be very successful. We can't go to a place, I sometimes say it's like junior high, we can't go to a place where we get into petty disagreements and let that rule us. We'll get nothing done. We're here to all conquer one issue, and that is getting Republicans voted into office for the survival of this country. And that should be our number one focus, not pettiness. Thank you.
You have a question, Penny?
I'm a really new member. I've only been to 3 meetings, so I'm really new. I'm wondering what the overall committee will be doing to be transparent. Will we know what's going on in committee meetings? How will that be shared with the whole group? Because I was expecting that, and that hasn't happened, and I'm clueless as to what is going on.
Right. When different groups run their meetings differently, but the group I had, we would have committees give their report. So there'd be a program, and then the treasurer gives the numbers, and political action chair might come up, or literacy come up and give their report. I ran my meetings like I was an MC. It wasn't, I'm talking the whole time or something like that, and we have the chairman come up. That can make the meeting long, so we also, some ladies like to talk, so we had to limit our chair people to like 3 minutes or something like that. But that is what is supposed to be happening at every TFRW meeting, is that each committee gives their report, including the treasurer, of what's happening. In addition, of course, we plan wonderful programs that will inform people on political topics and whatever candidates and things like that. I did mention this before. One thing that's gone wrong that I've repeatedly asked to have happen is to the secretary to record our the meetings for the purpose of the minutes. We've had a lot of problems this whole year of we can't even agree on what was actually said at the meetings. So it's impossible to do business that way. So, some secretaries are really good and they don't need that. Other people realize, they need that reporter there to get an accurate documentation of what happened. So it sounds little, but we have really struggled with that this year. It's been very disruptive.
Order for Brian. Your order's ready at the pickup window.
Okay.
Transparency of information is probably the most crucial tool that we have as a club. Everybody should know what's going on with each committee based on our committee reports. But that means that we have to have the respect to listen to each committee and understand what they're trying to achieve and have questions and answers regarding each committee. My concern, seriously, has been the lack of information that has been given to not only the board of directors, but also the membership. So what I would like to achieve is that there is no question that should not be answered, and there's no question that's too stupid to be asked. So what I want is, I want people to understand what the club is doing and not be afraid to ask a question. We've recently reached an environment where some people's opinions seem to be more important than others, and I would find that to be unacceptable behavior in this club. So I started as a committee chair, and it was a great experience. I had a wonderful time. I had the respect of the board. But as time goes on, I find that there's a divisive influence in our board. I don't know exactly how it started. It's been very unfortunate, but for those of you who don't understand, that's what this is really about. We've had a board of directors that has become divisive and has decided to split. And basically, the major problem has been lack of transparency, ethical behavior, honesty, and just saying what it is, it is. And so that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a place where everybody feels safe. That's really important. And that everybody's opinion is honored and respected. And again, there are no stupid questions. There are no inappropriate questions, because a question means I want information. Information gives clarity. That's what the club should be based on, clarity of information and reaching our goals together.
Any other questions out there? Anybody? Yes. What's your question, Gabi?
I wonder if we as a women's club should be supporting our female candidates more. What do you think, Carla?
Female candidates, I was gonna say, I love Republican women standing up, and I'm glad TFRW has been engaged in that, and, women Republicans are awesome, and we should definitely support them. And I don't know if you followed, I helped with calls for Myra Flores down in Brownsville, and just there's a set of ladies down there that are awesome. So absolutely love the Republican ladies and having them step up.
I just took a bite.
Oh, yes. You live in the Woodlands, right? Me? Yeah, or, you live in the Woodlands, why do you wanna help the tomboy?
It's not a tomboy.
Huh?
It's not a tomboy.
Well, it's always talks about the tomball.
That's an awesome question. Here's the reality. I believe in trying to accomplish what I can accomplish using the best vehicle possible. When I went to the Woodlands clubs and I went to other clubs surrounding the Woodlands, they're nice people, they're really nice ladies. I didn't feel that they were the kind of active club that I wanted to be part of. I'm a doer. I get things done. I can't sit on anybody's laurels. I can't just go to lunch and have a good time. I have to have a goal. I have to have an operational, because of my business background, I have a plan. I want to get it done. I don't live in Harris County, but yet I'm on the Harris County Ballot Security Committee meetings because Allender wants me there because he knows what? I get things done. So even though I'm not supposed to be, because I don't vote in Harris County, doesn't seem to matter. Same thing here. The reason I'm part of this club, we get things done when we're cohesive. When we're on the same path, we get things done. So I picked this club out of many others because I witnessed firsthand things that were getting accomplished. And I think everybody here wants a club where we get things done. This is great. We're having a wonderful time tonight. I'm all for this kind of event because it brings people together. It's team building. That's important. But I also want committees that actually function, get things done, and show achievement. I have a business model background. I've had organizational skills because of that, and I can't help but want to get things done. So I always have a plan of attack and how I'm going to get something done. So that's the reason I chose this club. And by the way, I love this area. I love Tomball, and I'm very concerned about Harris County.